This is the most profitable strategy that should be popular in 2024, guys, and it allowed me to increase my investment from $1 by 2,000 times, guys. And of course, with its help, I have already been able to earn tens of thousands of dollars, guys. Watch this video till the end because I will explain everything in detail. I will show you how I'm relying on the result and the ATR. So guys, let's move on. Let's see what is going on right over here. And as you know, here I'm going with $1. Even $1 makes me really concentrated in this type of story. And guys, let's go. Let's see what is going on in our local trend. From here I will rely on those very two candlesticks and relying on the RSI and the ATR. So going to check this out with call option right now. So well guys, point to point I'm having my money, and guys, even $2 makes me really feel comfortable because it was the situation you see along with the RSI, and the RSI was showing me the situation of that is not changing at all. And you see the ATR is here to show me the low volatility, and the RSI here it is going along next to the highest line of the corridor and pretty close here, close to the highest high of the channel. So that was the interesting position for me to grab my money. And let's move on to the next currency ratio, the euro and the Switzerland franc. And well, my friends, what is going on right over here? Let's zoom out, and I see it's a new brand peak, a new bottom right over here, because I consider relying on that very bottom and also on this very bottom. So I'm hoping the next bottom will be a bit lower in this case, and I'm zooming in to see the whole situation. I mean, the local situation that I'll be working with. And what is right over here, I have to mind a little this slow speed. So in this case, we're going on with $2. So watch me making this trade, see me out here on how I'm working with put option right now. So great guys, you see in this case I was sure that it's going to happen. You see we're working with this low speed and low volatility, and this is that very case when you have to mind what I'm going to show you. So this is the interesting view. Let's move on, and let's move on next and have our money, guys. And we're working on here and having the whole graph. Okay, which is showing us the bulls market. By the way, I will go on with mining these very parts, and I'm going on here with the quotes that are going to be inside the Keltner channel. So this is the very case when you have to consider the essence while working with the Keltner channel, because the essence here is showing us that the quotes are going to be in some time in the Keltner channel. As far as you remember, you have to remember it. So we're going to our investment. And in this situation, I think it's case of the work in the lower part of the channel, I'm at the dodges. I'm working with $4 right over here. So guys, let's check this out with put option right now. So we just consider it, well, the next step, and you have to also mind a little that you have to deal with the slow volatility, with the slow speed in this case. And I'm really glad I told you that it's going to happen, guys. In some period of time it's going to be a bit higher. So let's move on to the next currency. And next currency is, okay, New Zealand dollar and Canadian dollars. So what are those guys showing us? Let's move on and let's see. I see it clearly that it's definitely the situation for the bulls. Let's zoom out. And by the way, what is going on right over here, I see that it's strong graph, nothing I got here to worry about here, and all I have to estimate the actions of the coins. I need to know whether it's going to be shot back down of the prices. So let's move on to investment and going on with $8 right over there. Okay, well, and go to check out, but imagine the every side that is here, and going to check this out with call option right now. And guys, you can see in this case we're going right the way up, and it was a right decision. You see, we just waited a little and that's it. We're having our money and going on to our first currency ratio, the Canadian dollar and the Switzerland franc, guys. By the way, I want you to stop here for a second. I'm more than sure that after watching various videos, you still have questions about trading, my strategies and so on. Therefore, it will be useful for you to know that I have a community of people who, like me, make a living by trading. We have a Telegram group where we analyze trading strategies in detail and share our experience. Also, they analyze in more detail the topics from my videos and sometimes even answer your questions. In addition, I regularly make real-time translation with my subscribers, and I send signals to this group so you can really earn money there with me every day and practice more often. If you're ready to move forward to change your life with me, find a link to our community of traders in the description under this video and click on it. We continue. So well, I love working with the side trading, but sometimes I need more experience and cases to exposing my fears, but this requires having greater sums of money. So guys, let's go on. Well, I need to revise the view again and again in this type of story because I'm not even sure what is going on right over here. The situation with the slowly growing down of the bears, and by the way, this is that very moment for the last 30 candlesticks which are trying to grow higher. And by the way, the last situation, the last positions of the bears is showing me that maybe it's going to be great graph down. And I'm moving on to my investment, going to work with $15 and going to check this out with put option right now. So guys, great situation, and in this case, as you see, we're working on pretty easily and having the ATR that is showing us a time where the situation is going to be down definitely. And the every side is a bit inclined down, a bit lower at the middle of the corridor, and let's move on further. Let's work with the euro and Switzerland franc, and let's think of what we need a little. We need to have our bottoms right over here in this chart first. So do you see it? I think that Gartner is showing us pretty easily situation that we're stationed with the bottoms, and I just want you to have a look and consider the probable support level here. So we need to see what is going on along with the RSI, and it's here, and it definitely is going to provide us with the oversold area in some period of time, and the ATR is still showing us the low volatility in prices. Let's move on, and let's move on to our investment. Well, having our thoughts about the next year, we're going to work with $28. So in this type of story, we need to go on with the call option. Yeah, call option right now. And I think I can comment you to that on that very situation pretty well when you're going to on with the deal pretty late. Then you have to switch on the green button. When you're going on early, then you have to realize it is going to be put option. So it is that very key, and it's when you have to go on with the slow speed the graph down. So that's it guys, I think that you have to leave this, and it was a really great calculation, great entry point of mine. So love the way we are trading tonight. And going on pretty easily to our third currency ratios, United States dollar and the Brazilian real. Having deal also with pretty same situation. We need to confirm if it's going down a bit, and situation here is for the bulls, but for this very moment going on pretty easily with this part of the graph. Go to work with it, guys. So zooming this out, checking in all the 15 candles that is before. Go into our investment, guys, and pretty easily going with $50. $50, and that's it. Okay, watching out what is going on with the RSI. It's here inclined down, the ATR is still a bit sleepy, and I think going on right over here with the collapsion. Yes, collapsion, guys, right now. Still work great, guys, considering only the graph I need in the low part of the Gildan channel, and that's it, guys. So in this very moment you have to consider what is going on with your next deal, whether there is going to be up or down. You have to consider the slow speed, and let's move on to the next currency ratio, the New Zealand and Canadian dollars. So I think that this session will be bringing me great income. I'm moving on right by the appetites grow with each step, guys, you know. So this is the very moment when you have to go on and still continue going on with the bulls. And I'm checking this, and I have checked this out, and I'm going to my investment pretty easily, going with all in, guys. $95 are in my box, and I'm still growing here with collapsion right now. So I was here moving on point to point, and in this case you see I was definitely sure it's going to happen. We just continue the trend. It was at the very moment, and when I have to go along the trend, and well, guys, I have to consider that this very strategy works really well in low volatility. And you see, all that you have to do is working with the Keltner of 15, with the period of 15. RSI is going on with 15, and ATR here is for 10. And by the way, if you are not even sure while working with the low volatility, then please move on pretty easily with the 3 minutes candlesticks, guys. Going on to our first currency ratio, Canadian dollar and Switzerland franc, and here we are. So that very started when after some period of time, after a flat situation, no easy fluctuations are coming here. I'm going on pretty easily. I think that it's that very moment for the green candles, and going pretty easy with investment. Here I will go on with $175, and I'm going to check this out with collapsion right now. And yes, guys, I feel myself pretty lucky in this case, because I was thinking so long before it is a win before having this deal. And you see a situation here for some candlesticks. Here is in the Keltner channel corridor, and I have to mind in it a little before I made the next move. So let's move on to the second one, to the euro and the Switzerland franc. And in this case, we're just continuing the trend. You see that all we have to mind is working in the right time. And we're having the ATR. The ATR is the average true range. It is showing us the volatility, and we can rely on it. And while we have to compare and consider the volatility, and in this case we are moving on still with slow speed. And it is showing here while going on with the ATR, and along with the ATR we're going also on relying on our balance. Okay, $330, guys, and that's all that we have. and from this case I have to wait a little and well, going to check this out with call option right now. And guys, in this case I was moving on pretty well and pretty late, so that's why I switched on the green button, and you see that was all that I was talking to you about. You have to consider the time which is going to be pretty necessary for you to have your income, and in this case moving on pretty easily while with working on with the first pair, the United States dollar against the Brazilian real. And that's not that easy situation when we're having all those prices in the Kilter channel, but anyway we will try to find out something interesting and you see what I was hoping to show you. That is that very moment when you see that the candlestick has crossed the mid-range of the Kilter, and this is the very story for us to realize that you have to go on with the greens for some time. And that was also a great situation to go on with the bears, but in this case I'm zooming in, and I hope that this is that very moment for me to realize a great income to have while going with $600. To have my next step, definitely relying on not only on this very candlestick but the slow speed. And let's try going with put option right now. So yeah guys, this is the story when I was talking to you, and that sometimes the situation with slow speed can provide with different result, and in this case you have to mind it a little. By the way, it's going to happen in some time. If you're not in a hurry like me, we have to go on to the next currency. And by the way, let's see what is going on right over here. The situation here is going to be a bit cycled within these waves. So I'm moving on here and well, going on with let me think guys, $1,000 right over here, and this is that very story when we're not pretty sure about making the next move, guys, and I will consider it working with put option right now. And that's it guys. In this case you see sometimes it's going to pretty easily, sometimes not so well. To conclude, I think that we are getting our money, and I wish you the same guys. So it would be great to inspire ourselves with the following, that it was pretty easily, but the vibe here it's a bit sleepy. In this case, there's something interesting like 3 minutes, like the RSI, etc, and so on and so on. So guys, I definitely recommend to try this strategy and write results in the comments. And also don't forget to go to my community of traders, the link in the description under this video, because there I post more strategies and of course trading signals, free trading signals especially for you. I wish you only good luck, see you in the next video, and bye bye.